Guys, we are live, and we've got, I mean, I don't know if this is a fun topic. It is if you're a seller, but it's certainly a helpful topic, man. If you're out there right now trying to buy a house, it's tough. It's tough. And there are a lot of little tips that I've been trying to give my buyers that have helped them out, and I've seen some things work. And guys, we also, as experts, when we see the markets change, we have to change. We have to change the way that we're conducting business, ways that we're presenting offers, ways that we're connecting with the other realtors. So to give you some of the things that we're now seeing, that we're now recommending if you are serious about getting that home, I want to really share a lot of these little tips and tricks that Lissette and I have. And Lissette, I'm going to let you take the show first and give us maybe one thing that some people aren't doing, but man, if they did it, they would increase their odds of getting that offer accepted.
I think it all starts in getting that into that property as soon as possible. So if your agent is sending you listings and a property pops up on Wednesday at 10 o'clock in the morning, get in there as soon as possible before lunchtime. Yep. I know it's hard to put it in your schedule and work it around and just drop what you're doing. But in today's market, we're seeing where so many offers are coming in, sellers are overwhelmed where they don't even want to show the property anymore. Yeah. So being first is huge.
Yep. And I'll go, I've had some people say on a Tuesday, hey, Joe, can I see this home? Sure. Does this afternoon at 5 work? I can see it Saturday or Sunday. And I'd say, listen, why don't you just let me know Friday morning what you want to see on Saturday? And then we can schedule that, because I'm telling 2/3 of it's going to be sold by then, right? Yeah. So even if you've got a limited schedule, just remember, you can look at different times, right? Start looking a little bit later so you can butt those up and get exactly what's hot on the market right now. A second thing I would suggest is I know this sucks, but if you can get rid of contingencies, that's what's winning offers right now. Is it fun? No. Do you want to do it? No. But sometimes the protections you're affording yourself with these contingencies, they're not as big as you think. And I'm going to give you 2 examples, right? The first one is an inspection contingency. On my listings, almost all of them have a pre-listing inspection by the biggest inspector in the area. This is a reputable, great Google reviews, just a very loved guy in the community. He does a huge portion of the inspections in the area, and he just did it 2, 3, 4 days before we put on the market for you. So I'll see a lot of times people will come in with these great offers. They'll have an inspection contingency in there because either they weren't paying attention or the agent is just telling them, yeah, that's what we do all the time. And that's killing the offer, because I get another offer that's equal, but it doesn't have the inspection contingency because that agent paid attention. So now they're winning from that one little removal of an inspection contingency. Another one, if you're cash, do you really care what the appraisal says? Hopefully you and your agent already sat down and you already looked at comps and you're already confident with whatever price it is you're submitting, right? Who cares what the appraiser says? Did you guys do your homework? Hopefully you did. If you did and you're cash, you don't have a lender who's requiring an appraiser. Why would you muddy up your offer with an appraisal contingency? So there's another opportunity where you can remove a contingency and make that offer a little bit more attractive. Lissette, what else you got?
Yeah, and just to piggyback off of your inspection contingency, if you still want to have that inspection, try to limit it in the days. Talk to your inspector, see what their timeline's like, and instead of doing a 7-day contingency, make it a 5, possibly 3.
That sounds great to me. Oh no, did I lose her? I might have lost her. All right, Lissette, if you can hear me, just pop in whenever you want, but I'm going to keep going here. Another thing that I'm seeing a lot. Okay, I got you back. Go ahead.
Okay, and the other one is closing costs. If you are able to pay for the closing costs, do so. Do not put this on your offer. You're going to go to the bottom of the list. Remember, this is going to come out of the big picture of the profit from the seller. Why are they going to go with your offer, even if you're going over asking price and asking for seller concession when there's so many buyers on the market that are cash or financing and don't need that assistance?
What do you think about escalation clauses?
Love it. I think everyone should have one in today's market. Yeah. You're offering the seller assurance that you can come up to a certain price point, and you're guaranteeing if someone's over you, they're going to go over above that offer, maybe $2,000-$5,000. I really think it should be with every offer.
Yeah. So let's explain what an escalation clause is. The home is asking, let's say $400,000, right? And you will go up to $420,000, but I don't want to pay 420 if I don't have to. Okay, here's what you can do. You can say, I'm going to give you a full price $400,000 offer, but the escalation clause states something like this, right? I will come up $2,000 higher than the next offer, capped at 420. So now if the next offer is 407, you're going to be at 409, which is under your 420. So you're good to go. If the next best offer is 421, then you're giving up and you're done. But at least you had a shot, right? So many people, they submit an offer, they lose, and they're like, well, that's not fair. I want another shot. You had a shot. It's called an escalation clause. But I will say this, for whatever reason, a lot of realtors don't like escalation clauses. Their brokers don't like it. They don't like it for whatever reason. I don't know if it's a lack of education or what it is. So if you're the buyer's agent, make sure when you present it, you contact that agent and you are having that conversation with them, right? If you're the buyer, ask your agent while they're in front of you, hey, I want you to call them, explain exactly what's in here, including the escalation clause, and I want to hear what they say, right? They're going to think you're a pain in the butt, but at least you're forcing them to make that call and say those things. So I really cannot push that enough. Lissette, what else you got?
What else do I got? Talk to your lender and talk about the time frame that's needed to close on this property. Some lenders can do it in 30 days, some need 45. The closer timeline you could get to get this wrapped up, if it works for also the seller, ask them what their timeline was like. Maybe they need to stay in the property a little bit longer. Be flexible with that closing date. At this point in the market, you want to cater to the seller a little bit, and this is one of those contingencies you can modify to do that.
Yep. Great point on the timeline, right? Ask the seller. I always do. What is the perfect closing date for your clients? Because my clients might be able to do anything. If they can, man, we want to make this attractive to you. And don't just stop with the closing date. You can also go into all the other terms, right? Forget price. There are 73 other things you've got included in a purchase agreement when it comes to terms. Ask the listing agent, what are some of the sticking points that, man, if we can help reach these in our offer, it's going to look attractive to your sellers. We want to make sure we're doing that. And a lot of times they'll tell you, well, they don't want to get rid of their washer and dryer. Oh, okay, cool. I'll take that out. Is that a problem, buyers? Nope, not if I get that house. Cool. You make it really easy, right? So just ask. I think that's going to solve a lot of problems for you. I'm going to end with this, and then I'll turn it over to you. And I'm going to give a couple examples of this too. And guys, I know this sucks, but it doesn't matter how much it sucks, right? It's all about getting the emotion out of it. I know you got emotion in it, but you've got to be logical if you want to win. These are some of the things I'm hearing that are not realistic, and I want you to hear it from me right now. I'm looking for a deal. I've been hearing that a lot lately. Awesome. We're going to be looking for a long damn time, because right now, even if you bring that offer, and even if they're crazy enough to take that offer, almost all of them have great full price or over full price offers right next to your crappy offer. So it doesn't matter what you're looking for. They're unlikely to take it. And even if they don't have that offer yet, let's say it's day 3, they're not going to get an offer till day 8, right? That's how this market's working. They know the market's strong. I had one the other day. It was 350 grand, got an offer for 275. And I was like, listen, I appreciate your offer, but I have 3 other offers, the lowest of which is at full price. So I don't know what to tell you, but you're going to have to come up a lot. And they came back at 300 grand. And he was telling me all the reasons why I should be accepting this. And I just thought, none of your reasons matter when I got an offer multiples right here that are full price or higher. So guys, I understand it sucks, but it's reality. And really look at your situation. Maybe it makes more sense to rent, right? Yeah. Maybe it doesn't make more sense to rent, and it does make more sense to pay 10 grand, 20 grand more than you'd hoped. Run the numbers, figure it out. Don't him and haw over it. Really do the math and figure out what makes sense and go with that, right? Here's another one. It has to be in great condition, and it has to be priced well. It doesn't have to be anything. If I've got a great house, but it's a little dated and needs, maybe 10, 15 grand worth of work, it doesn't matter what you say. I'm probably going to get multiple offers, and they're going to be really close to full price or maybe even a little bit more, especially if I've priced it right. Right? So remember, everybody looks at the asking price as where do we start taking off for all the little issues.
Right.
They don't look at the actual market and look at comps and say, maybe it's worth 20 grand more, but they took 20 grand off and that's how they priced it to make up for those things. I'm not saying everybody does that. Not everybody does, but look at the comps, man. Don't just start going backwards from that price. Here's another one. Asking me to remove my contingencies as a buyer, that's not fair. It doesn't matter what's fair. If some other crazy sucker, which there's a lot of them right now, is removing their contingency, you either remove your contingency or you lose. And it doesn't matter if it's fair. It doesn't matter if it's comfortable. I'm not even suggesting you do it. I'm saying if you want the house, sometimes those are the things you have to consider. All right. And the last one is, I'm not looking at homes that already have an offer on them. Guys, the homes that have an offer on them are the ones that are priced best and look best. The ones that have been on the market for 43 days and maybe they'll negotiate. They look like crap and they're overpriced. That's why they've been there for 43 days. Or in this market, maybe they are okay price, they're a little high and it looks okay, but not great. They probably had a bunch of offers, but it was 2 grand under, 5 grand under. They're like, no, this is my price. So you think they're going to negotiate, but they're actually some of the toughest people to negotiate with. So don't ever make up stories in your head of what you think is going on behind the scenes. Literally use facts, numbers. Have your agent sit down and do a CMA on that property to give you what that property's worth and make a logical, numeric, fact-based offer. That is the best thing that I can tell you guys to do. Lissette, I'm going to let you end it.
Those were great points. And to the buyers, just remember, unfortunately, we are in a seller's market, which is great for sellers. And I know the buying process is emotional and stressful, but understand that you're coming into a situation where the seller's going to have so many options. So be flexible, be willing to work with the sellers, and be quick. That's the most important thing. Move quickly.
All right. Speaking of quick, we got to get out of here and into our next meeting. Lissette, it was good seeing you, bud. Have an awesome day.
Have a great day.